debate time. Who's right, who's wrong? We're gonna get into a lot of comments on my last video about Europeans versus North America. Of course, let's tackle Europe first and foremost. Yes, people live in the UK. It's rainy, it's flat-ish. Obviously, you know, when you go more north to Ireland and stuff, there's more hills and I get that, okay? Netherlands, flat. They're basically tractors, you know, all 90 kgs, just drilling it. Same thing relatively in Belgium. But the difference is you can come here easily. You know, you guys make Europe sound like it's big. It ain't that big. You can fit all of Europe basically in Texas. Don't quote me on that. But you can fly. Flights are cheap. So, you know, you can do training camps. You can make it work. You don't have to live here full time. You can really optimize your training. Get the racing in from the flats, you know, crit racing or circuit racing in Belgium or Netherlands, for example, or even UK. You know, you can get the speed. You can get, you know, fast intervals in. And then when you need to do, you know, your climbing to be good for long road races, you can do it. And if you're in these places, you can do both. You can do road racing in Europe, and you can do your circuit racing criteriums where you are. So Europe is done. That's the debate. Basically, you guys have it optimized. You guys have options. It's basically comes down to what you want. There's a lot more cyclists. You can budget it. You can go to Calpe. You can go to Spain, you know, when it gets cold. You have options. Let's go to North America. I'm from Canada, so I'm from Toronto. Toronto's relatively flat. You know, Ontario's flat. You have BC, British Columbia on the west coast. That's cold and rainy, but you do have hills, so I give it that. And then you have Montreal. I speak a little bit of French, you know, French immersion. So, je parle français. Il y a des montagnes. C'est vraiment pas grand, c'est petit. But the point of me speaking French is to show you they have the French connect, so they can go to Europe, they can go to French. That's why a lot of pros come from Montreal, because they know that European lifestyle or that influence. So they have connections to go to Girona to make it easier. You know, there's not a lot of pros. We have Derek G from Ontario, but yet again, the connect is usually in Montreal, in Quebec. They go to Europe during the winter to train in Girona. So it's not the same. And yes, for North America, we have America also, and we're gonna talk about it. So California, you have mountains. Arizona, you have mountains. You know, you have Boulder, yes. Obviously, when you get to East Coast, not a lot of mountains. South Carolina, I know there's mountains in the middle part. You have Vermont. But the point with that is the fact that it is cold, you know, for the majority of the year. It's not super warm, and you have car central, you know, riding. So here in Europe, cars respect you for the most part, and there's not that much traffic. In West Coast, even Cali, you're toast, you're cooked in terms of road safety. So I'm gonna end it there. That's the debate over Europe pro